What do we actually know about HBO's upcoming reimagining of Harry Potter? Surprisingly, quite a lot. This new adaptation of J.K. Rowling's globally beloved book series promises to be much more detailed and true to the source material than the original films ever could be. From casting choices to creative decisions, there's plenty to explore. So let's take a closer look at what's coming in this fresh take on the Wizarding world. Why reboot the story now? When Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was first published in 1997, it didn't take long for the film rights to be snapped up. David Heyman secured the rights to the first 4 books just 2 years later, and the first film arrived in 2001, becoming a global hit. But as the series progressed and the books became longer and more complex, the films had to start cutting corners. Entire character arcs and subplots were left out. While fans of The Lord of the Rings got extended editions, Harry Potter never had the same opportunity. That's where this new series comes in. Designed for long-form storytelling, it's a chance to finally give each book the time and space it deserves. HBO CEO Casey Bloys has confirmed that each season will be devoted to a single book, promising a rich and immersive experience for fans. The series will stay faithful to the original story, while expanding it in meaningful ways. Showrunner Francesca Gardner has teased that the series will explore elements cut from the films, as well as additional material drawn from Rowling's extensive world-building on Pottermore. The result? A version of Harry Potter that feels both familiar and entirely new. The first season, adapting The Sorcerer's Stone, has the advantage of being the shortest and simplest of the 7 novels. The number of episodes hasn't been confirmed, but it's likely to vary from season to season based on the book being adapted. Casting the iconic trio was no small task. After a global search that saw over 30,000 young actors audition, HBO unveiled the new faces of Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Dominic McLaughlin takes on the role of Harry Potter, Arabella Stanton steps in as Hermione Granger, and Alistair Stout will play Ron Weasley. These newcomers are stepping into some very large shoes, but they'll be making the roles their own for a new generation. A number of veteran actors are joining the cast in major roles. John Lithgow will portray Albus Dumbledore, taking over from the late Richard Harris and Michael Gambon. Janet McTeer plays Professor McGonagall, and Papa Asiedu steps into the role of Severus Snape. Nick Frost has been cast as Hagrid, with Luke Thallin playing Professor Quirrell. Catherine Parkinson will play Molly Weasley, with Locke Pratt and Johnny Flynn appearing as Draco and Lucius Malfoy. Other confirmed cast members include Leo Early as Seamus Finnegan, Alessia Leone as Parvati Patil, and Sienna Musa as Lavender Brown. Belle Powley and Daniel Rigby take on the Dursleys, while Bertie Carell will play Cornelius Fudge. And that's just the beginning. Many familiar faces have yet to be announced. One major question remains: who will play Voldemort? In the first film, the Dark Lord was voiced by Ian Hart and physically portrayed by Richard Bremmer in Flashbacks. Since Voldemort doesn't fully enter the story until later books, HBO may be holding off on that casting for now. And what about the dozens of other important characters from the first book alone? Nearly Headless Nick, Dudley Dursley, Madam Hooch, Ollivander, Neville Longbottom, Dean Thomas, Ginny Weasley, Crabbe and Goyle, Oliver Wood? The list goes on. The episodic format means there's finally room to flesh out these characters properly. There's also a possibility that actors from Fantastic Beasts could appear. Flashbacks and historical events play a major role in the Harry Potter universe, and this series could use that to tie in some unfinished arcs. With Eddie Redmayne still active as Newt Scamander and Jude Law as young Dumbledore, there's potential to bridge the 2 eras of the Wizarding world. Filming will take place at Warner Bros. Studios in Leavesden, the same location where the original films were made. While there will be changes to costumes and creature designs, some things will stay true to the visual identity fans love. The Great Hall set, for example, will remain largely intact. There's a balance being struck between introducing new elements and preserving the magical look that fans know so well. J.K. Rowling is listed as an executive producer, though her level of direct creative involvement hasn't been specified. Francesca Gardner, best known for her work on Succession, will serve as showrunner and head writer. Director Mark Mylod, also from Succession, will executive produce and direct several episodes. Killing Eve writer Laura Neal is among the creative team, along with longtime Harry Potter producer David Heyman, Neil Blair, and Ruth Kenley Letts from Bronte Film and TV. As for the release date, production is expected to begin in summer 2025. The earliest possible premiere would be late 2026, ideally timed for the holiday season, which plays such a key role in the books. Warner Bros. CEO David Zaslav has said the project is intended to be a 10-year journey, meaning we could be watching this new version of Harry Potter well into the 2030s. What are you hoping to see in this reimagined version of the Wizarding world? Whether it's long-lost subplots, deeper character development, or simply a new generation's take on a beloved story, there's a lot to be excited about. One thing's for sure: the magic is far from over.